Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Hello. Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. How are you all?
We are good, ma'am.
How are your preparations going on? Para Biome, have you covered your entire 11th? Have you people covered your entire 11th? All right. Okay. So I am thinking to start revising the chapters along with the questions. Okay, I'm thinking like we'll be doing PYQs. Along with that, we'll be revising the topics, है ना? So if you want any specific chapter for me to start for revision, just let me know. If you have any specific chapter, कोई chapter जिसमें ज़्यादा doubt हो, any topic specifically, if you want me to start, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm thinking we'll be doing the revision with the questions. We'll do questions, PYQs. Along with that, we'll be doing the revision topic wise. कि जो topic आता जाएगा, you tell me whether you understand the topic or not. बताओ. All right. So shall we start from sexual reproduction in flowering plants? We will decide the chapters in our regular classes. हाँ ठीक है. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants we'll start. ठीक है. For today we'll do this chapter. All right. For today we'll do this chapter, and you people let me know in next class which chapter you want me to do. Which chapter you want me to take for the next class. Everybody. आज हम ये करेंगे sexual reproduction in flowering plants for today, and then you tell me which chapter you want me to start in the next class. We'll take one chapter per day with PYQs. I hope you people are doing questions. You people are solving questions. बता दो. Write down in the chat box. चलो. So starting with sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Evolution. Sexual reproduction so we are doing, right? Tell me about the next chapter. ठीक है. जो majority कहेगी, whatever majority says, we'll start in next class. ठीक है. So let us see some questions. Along with that, we will revise the chapter. Explain English, don't use Hindi. मैम एक दिन में आप खत्म करोगे, हमको समझ कैसे आएगा? बेटा right now I am not giving you the complete details of the chapter. ठीक है. अभी मैं details. This is not the time to give you the detailing of the chapter. Most of the chapters we have already done. ठीक है. So that is why I'm asking you if you have any particular doubts in the topic, because you do not have much days left before your NEET, right? You do not have entire month or 2 months. ठीक है. You have few days left. In those few days, we cannot do the chapters in detail. So I hope that you people must have go through the chapters. ठीक है. आप लोगों ने पढ़ लिया होगा chapters. So you tell me whatever topics you feel that you have doubts in, any particular chapters you feel that I should take. ठीक है. Because what we can do in these few days, we can only take the chapters, go with it for we cannot go to the depth, right? We cannot go to the depth right now. We can solve questions, and within the questions you tell me हाँ ये वाला topic you have doubt in this topic, you have doubt in that topic. We can take those topics. Understand? हिंदी में भी ओके, विल टेक इंग्लिश हिंदी बोथ. चलो, सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन इन फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स. All right. So to start with the chapter, एक बात बताओ. Okay, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Okay, to start with the chapter. In this chapter, what we'll be doing? There are three events. Okay, we'll be considering three events. First is your pre-fertilization. We'll go slow, right? This first is pre-fertilization. Then you have fertilization. And post-fertilization. All right. So the complete chapter is, don't understand English. No worries, beta. I'll be speaking in both the languages. ठीक है? We'll be doing in both the languages, English and Hindi. ठीक है? दोनों language में करेंगे. पहले मैं English में समझाऊंगी and then same चीज को हम हिंदी में भी cover करेंगे. ठीक है? चलो, तो तीन events हैं. पहला pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization. See what happens. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So we'll be talking about plants and how does sexual reproduction takes place in them, right? कि उनमें कैसे sexual reproduction हो रहा है. And of course, for sexual reproduction, you require male reproductive part and female reproductive part. ठीक है? So we'll be discussing about male reproductive part, stamen, female reproductive part, carpel, है ना? कि male reproductive part क्या है? Stamen होगा. Female reproductive part क्या है? Carpel और pistil. ठीक है? उनका फॉर्मेशन कैसे हो रहा है, हाउ दे आर फॉर्म, हाउ डज फर्टिलाइजेशन टेक्स प्लेस इन प्लांट्स. ठीक है? हाउ द मेल गैमीट एंड द फीमेल गैमेट विल फ्यूज टुगेदर. दोनों फ्यूज कैसे करेंगे एंड व्हाट हैपेंस आफ्टर द फर्टिलाइजेशन. ठीक है? और फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद क्या होगा. ठीक है? ऑल ऑफ दिस विल बी कवरिंग इन दिस चैप्टर. ठीक है? सारा हम इस चैप्टर में कवर करेंगे. ऑल राइट. I got it. I got it. You people right now in 12th, right? You have been shifted from 11 to 12. No problem. We'll be taking it slow. No worries. Okay? So first is pre-fertilization. Pre-fertilization means everything that happens before the fertilization, before the actual fusion of gametes. Okay? Actual fusion of gametes से पहले जो भी events आएंगे, that means production of flowers. ठीक है? Flowers कैसे produce हो रहे हैं? The development of male reproductive part, that is stamen, development of female reproductive part. ठीक है? Anything that happens before fertilization. Pre means before fertilization. So you have development of flower, right? In this we have development of flower. We'll be seeing how the flowers are developed, right? And then you have the structure of male reproductive part, the stamen, development of stamen, development of male gamete. All of this we will consider in pre-fertilization event. ठीक है? ये सब हम pre-fertilization में पढ़ेंगे. Then you have the development of female reproductive part, that is carpel, and the female gamete. How is female gamete formed? राइट? ऑल ऑफ दिस यू विल कवर इन प्री फर्टिलाइजेशन. ये सारा प्रोसेस हम किस में देखेंगे? प्री फर्टिलाइजेशन में. देन आता है फर्टिलाइजेशन. व्हाट इज फर्टिलाइजेशन? हाउ डू यू डिफाइन फर्टिलाइजेशन? एनीबॉडी? फर्टिलाइजेशन कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे? व्हाट इज फर्टिलाइजेशन? What is fertilization? This is actual fusion of male and female gamete. ठीक है? See what happens. You have already formed the male and female gamete. आपने male and female gamete का formation कर लिया. Now they will fuse together. ठीक है? So the actual fusion, the actual meeting of male and female gamete, that is fertilization. So in fertilization, we will study how they are fused together and then what will happen after the fertilization. कि फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद क्या होगा. ठीक है? यहाँ फर्टिलाइजेशन हुआ, मेल फीमेल गैमीट का मीट हुआ. Then what happens after fertilization? ठीक है? What are the events that happen post fertilization? See what happens. When the male and female gamete have fused together, zygote will be formed, and after that what happens? You have flower, है ना? We have flower. It converts. Sorry. Inside the flower you have ovary and you have ovule. Right? Inside the flower we have ovary and we have ovule. The ovary it converts into fruit after fertilization. जब fertilization हो जाएगा, your ovary it will convert into fruit and your ovule it will convert into seed. So in post fertilization, what we will see? Yes, correct. Fusion of male and female gametes, sonal and angel. Very good, right? So ovary converts into fruit and ovule converts into seed. This is post fertilization. जो fertilization के बाद होगा, so here we'll see the development of fruit and seed. So these are the 3 steps, ठीक है? Which we will be covering in the complete chapter. हम एक एक करके इसको cover करेंगे. First we will start with pre-fertilization. ठीक है? First we will start with pre-fertilization. सबसे पहले हम क्या देखेंगे? Development of a flower. ठीक है? Because the chapter is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So first of all we will see how a flower is developed. Right? I hope this much is clear to everybody. ये सारा समझ में आया? इस पे किसी को कोई डाउट है? बताओ. Shall I move forward? यहाँ तक सबको समझ आया? Is it clear? Shall I move forward? All right. Chalo. So first we'll be starting with pre-fertilization events. डेवलपमेंट ऑफ अ फ्लावर. व्हाई वी आर कंसर्न्ड विद द फ्लावर? हमें क्यों फ्लावर का डेवलपमेंट देखना है? बिकॉज if you want to see the sexual reproduction in plants, ठीक है, for that matter flower is important because flower is the part that contain the reproductive part of a plant, right? जो भी reproductive part रहेगा plant का, whether it is male reproductive part or it is female reproductive part, it will be present in a flower. ठीक है? So for the sexual reproduction we need flowers, and that is why we are seeing how they are developed, right? See what happens. This is your stem and it is growing. This is the tip of your shoot, right? This is your shoot tip. What does it contain? We know the shoot tip grows, right? So what does it contain? Okay, what does your shoot tip contains? Which type of cells are present here? Anybody? Which type of cells are present here? We have done this in class 11, है ना? हमने क्लास 11th में देखा था. अगर ये आपका शूट है एंड ये शूट का टिप है, तो यहाँ पे कौन से टाइप ऑफ सेल्स प्रेजेंट है? What type of cells are present? Yes, correct. Meristematic cells, right? Meristematic cells are present here. Because meristematic cells are present here, the cells will divide and the shoot will grow. है ना? The cells will divide and the shoot will grow. But what happens when a plant decides that now it's time to grow the flowers? ठीक है? Plant ने decide किया कि अब time है to grow the flowers. What happened? Your shoot, apical meristem. ठीक है? This is apical meristem, right? What are the three types of meristematic tissues we have? What are the three types of meristematic tissue we have? One I have written here, apical. एक मैंने लिखा है यहाँ पे. और दो टाइप कौन से हैं? What are the other two types? Apical, lateral, very good, and intercalary. Correct. ठीक है? So here you have shoot apical meristem. Now plant has decided that flowers need to be grown. अब flowers grow होंगे because they need to perform sexual reproduction, right? Now what happens? Your shoot apical meristem, it converts into floral meristem. It converts into floral meristem. ठीक है? Now this meristem converts into floral meristem. It stops growing, right? Now it stops growing. Why? Because a flower will be produced here. ठीक है? Now it stops growing because a flower will be produced here. यहाँ पे flower बनेगा. So now stops growing. And now flower will develop. Okay, now here the flower will develop. Now it is not shoot apical meristem, it becomes floral meristem. This is the change that happens. Okay, like in humans, when we hit puberty, adolescence, right? There are some changes that happens in us. ठीक है, puberty, adolescence में humans में भी changes आते हैं. Similarly, plants में भी after a particular time there are changes. क्या changes है? Shoot apical converts to floral meristem. ठीक है, this happens due to hormonal changes. Plants also have hormone, right? Like you have gibberellic acid, है ना? So hormones start secreting, hormonal changes आते हैं. So one is hormonal change, and there is structural change. ठीक है? For the growth of a flower, first hormone change take place. ठीक है? Hormone will start secreting, and your shoot apical meristem converts to floral meristem. Hormone secretion start होगा. Shoot apical meristem floral में convert होगा. ठीक है? So there is hormonal changes. And then there is structural changes. ठीक है? उसके structure में भी change आएगा. The structure changes and the flower will grow. That is how a plant decide or a plant start growing flowers. ठीक है? इस तरीके से plant में flowers grow होंगे. Once the plant have a flower, ठीक है? जैसे ही plant में flower आता है, now there will be production of male reproductive part. Of course, you have male reproductive part, female reproductive part, and their gametes. ठीक है? So now you have flower, and now we will see about the male reproductive parts and then about the female reproductive parts. Is this clear to everybody? ये समझ में आया? Yes, hormonal changes and structural changes. Everybody, is it clear? देख लो, कुछ doubt है? If you have any doubts, please ask me. Next, we'll be moving with male reproductive part, that is stamen. Yes, what is your doubt? Ask me if you have any doubts, then we'll be moving forward. One of the important hormone is gibberellic acid. है ना? There are multiple hormones like auxin, gibberellic acid, abscisic acid. So the one of the most important hormone for this change is your gibberellic acid. ठीक है? चलो, moving forward. We'll start with male. Reproductive part of the flower, and that is stamen. Okay, before that, let us talk about a flower as whole. What other parts are present in flower? Okay, flower contains 4 important parts, and that is calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Correct? The flower contains 4 important parts. These are the 4 important walls of a plant. Okay, we call it 4 important walls of a plant. Sorry, flower. Okay, so these are the 4 important walls. In this, these 2 are accessory parts. These are accessory parts or accessory walls, androecium and gynoecium. ठीक है, जो आपका androecium और gynoecium है, this is reproductive part. You must have done this in class 11th also, है ना? You have done this in class 11th also. These 4 parts: calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. ठीक है? What is the common name for calyx? Sepal, petal. Androecium is stamen. And here you have carpel and also pistil. Okay, these 2 are accessory walls, calyx and corolla. What is their function? What is the function of sepal? What is the function of sepal? Attract insect. Sepals, auxin, gibberellin, me. See, floragen hormone is a type. Okay, any hormone that helps in the production of flower is a floragen hormone, right? So it is a type of hormone. Ornamental, what is? No, sepals are not ornamental. Sepal का function क्या है? What is the function of sepal? Anybody? Protection, correct. Somebody said protection, okay? So the function of sepal, see, it is the green reduced leaf-like structure, right? Green reduced leaf-like structure. Sepals देखिए ना, the outside wall, the outermost wall of a flower, जो सबसे बाहर present है, green leaf-like structure होता है. They are green leaf-like structure. The outermost wall with green leaf-like structure, and what is their function? They help in protection of floral bird, right? They help in the protection of floral bird when your flower is just blooming. When it is at the stage of a bird, ठीक है? जब flower आपका bird की stage में होता है, it is about to bloom. So your sepals, the green structure, it helps in its protection and not for attraction, right? How can it attract? It is not colorful, right? So it is not there for attraction. It is there for the protection of your bird, right? Now next is your corolla. So outermost is sepal, right? Outermost is sepal, and inside that you have petals. What is the function of petals? Correct. Attract insects for pollination. Okay, so petals are colorful. They are large in size. Their function is for attraction. Right? Their function is attraction. Next, these two are the reproductive parts or essential wall. These are also known as essential wall and these are non-essential, accessory or non-essential. These are reproductive or essential wall, right? Next, you have stamen, which is the male reproductive part. This is the male reproductive part and the gynoecium. This is female reproductive part. Right? The male reproductive part, the female reproductive part. See, there is a difference between androecium and stamen. If you talk about individual male reproductive part, these are stamen. A complete wall of stamen, the complete group of stamen, that is androecium. Similarly, you talk about individual carpels, individual pistils, but a bunch of carpal pistil, a bunch of these female reproductive part is called gynoecium. The complete wall is called gynoecium. Okay? So these are the 4 important parts of a flower. In this chapter, okay, we'll be considering the stamen and the carpal pistil. Okay, we'll be studying about the stamen and carpal pistil. इन दोनों के बारे में study करेंगे. Stamen, male part, and the carpal pistil, female part. ठीक है? I hope this is clear. Does anybody has any doubt in this? No? Everybody. Is it clear? Shall I move forward? Shall we start from stamen and its structure? Yes, all right. ठीक है, चलो moving forward. Stamen, okay, your single stamen, it consists of 2 parts and that is, what are the 2 parts of stamen? What are the 2 parts of stamen? We have anther and filament. ठीक है, the 2 parts of stamen, stamen के 2 parts हैं, anther and filament, correct, anther and filament. Now, this is filament. This one is anther. Okay, you people were right. Okay, the question you are asking about floragen, मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है कि नहीं? ठीक है. Yes, we have 2 hormones. You are right, floragen. ठीक है, and also gibberellic acids or gibberellins. ठीक है. This is also the important hormone for the conversion of your shoot apical meristem to floral meristem. I hope now this is clear. ठीक है, चलो. Anther and filament. नाउ इफ आई टेल लाइक अगर इसको थोड़ा डिस्क्राइब करें, फिलामेंट इज द लॉन्ग slender stalk arising from a flower. See, from where does it arise? This part is attached to the flower, right? This part will be attached to the flower. It could be attached to the thalamus. Okay, thalamus, you know, the base of the flower to which all the four whorls of a flower are attached. है ना? Thalamus is the base. Base रहेगा. To that, all the four whorls are attached. So this part of the filament, it could be attached from thalamus or petal. It could be attached to the thalamus or to the petal, right? Because this part is attached to the flower, it is closest to the flower, right? This part is attached to the flower and closest to the flower. So this end is called proximal end. क्योंकि ये flower के सबसे closest है, that is why this end is called proximal end, and this part is known as distal end. Okay, so this is important. And third, this part of your filament. Okay, this part of your filament is the distal end because it is far away from the flower. But this is the point of attachment, है ना? यहीं से attach होता है to the flower. So this is the proximal end. I hope this is visible to you. नहीं visible नहीं है. Okay. Is it visible to you? This part? Yes. All right. Okay. So this is the proximal end. This is the distal end. Now, anther, it is present at the distal end, right? So it is present at the distal end, and it is the bilobed structure. Bilobed structure present at the distal end, right? So it is the bilobe structure which is present at the distal end, and the pollen grains, right? The pollen grains, they are present at the anther. Okay, they will be produced at the anther. So why anther is present? Pollen grains are produced here, right? Why important? Because pollen grains are produced here. Okay, your pollen grains will be produced here. So this is the structure which is anther. Here the pollen grains will be produced, and filament, it is helping in its attachment to the flower. Okay, so this is the complete stem. Now, depending upon the variety, depending upon the species of plant, your flower could have any number of stamen. It could have 2, 4, 6, 8, 5, any number of stamen. Okay, depending upon the species, they could have variable number, they could have variable length and size, right? So depending upon the species, they could have variable number could vary, है ना? Variable number, variable shape, and length. The length of filament could also vary from species to species. Okay, the length of this filament, it could vary from species to species. So this is the simple diagram of your stamen, right? I hope this much is clear. यहाँ तक कुछ doubt है? After this, what we'll be doing? Now you have seen there are two parts. One is the anther, the other is filament. Now we will be seeing inside the anther. We will see the section of anther. Okay, we will see the internal structure of anther and how pollen grains will be formed inside it. ठीक है, अब हम structure, internal structure देखेंगे anther का, and how the pollen grains, और उसके अंदर pollen grains कैसे बन रहे हैं, that we will see. यहाँ तक कुछ doubt है? Anything you want to ask? Batao, is it clear? Shall we move forward? Have you people noted it down? Is it clear? Done? Shall we proceed? Let's talk about anther. Okay. How does it looks internally? See, first of all, the thing which is very important, it is a bilobed structure. We are studying about a typical angiosperm, and in that you have bilobed structure. Okay. As we have seen, the anther, it is a bilobe structure, and each lobe contain two theca. Okay, each lobe it has two theca. Theca is nothing but it is a covering, right? It is a covering which is present inside anther. So within each lobe, this is one lobe, this is another lobe. Within each lobe, you have two theca. It's like coverings. So within each lobe, you have two theca, and that is why we call it dithecous. Okay, so your anther, first of all, it is a bilobe structure due to presence of two lobes, and then it is dithecous. Why? Because each lobe has two theca. But if I ask you how many thecas are present in complete anther, how many total thecas are present in complete anther? What is the total number of theca? What is the total number of thecas? 4. Okay, the total number of thecas are 4, but still we are calling it dithecous. Why? Because each lobe contains 2 theca. Now, if you move more, okay, if you go inside, you see the complete lobe or the anther. It is divided into microsporangia. Okay, in the center, if you see, there are located microsporangias. Okay, now each lobe contain two microsporangia. Each lobe has two microsporangia. That means in total we have 4 microsporangias, right? एक लोब में 2 microsporangia है. So in total 4 microsporangia. So that is why we call it tetrasporangiate. Your anther is also known as tetrasporangiate. ठीक है? Bilobed, dithecous, and tetrasporangiate. These are 3 important terms regarding your anther. Okay, it has 2 lobes, it has 2 theca in each lobe and 2 microsporangia in each lobe, right? Now, why this microsporangia is important? Why this microsporangia is important? See what happens. Anytime you use word micro, okay, there are two things, micro and mega. Okay, here you will see micro and megaspores. Micro is used for the male gametes, okay, because they are smaller in size. So it is representing that we are talking about the male gametes. Sporangia, because this is the place, this is the space where your microspores will be formed. ठीक है? So why this region is called microsporangia? Why we are calling it microsporangia? Because this is the location, ये वो position है where your microspores will be formed. ठीक है? Here microspores will be formed, hence it is called microsporangia. ठीक है? So in total you have 4 microsporangias. बताओ इतना clear है? Are these 3 terms clear? Pollen sac, correct. These microsporangias are also called pollen sac. Why pollen sac? See, now you are calling it microsporangia. Once it become adult, okay, once your anther matures, right? Once it matures, it start producing pollen grain. So this same region will called pollen sac, okay, because it is responsible for the production of pollen grain. So this will be known as pollen sac. बताओ यहाँ तक clear है? Do we have any doubt still here? Yes, others? Are we clear? Then we'll see microsporangia. The structure of microsporangia, balls surrounding the microsporangia. Is it clear, everybody? Any doubts? You want to ask something? Clear? Shall we move forward? Next, we will be doing the walls of microsporangia. Okay? How many total walls are present outside the microsporangia? How many total walls are present outside the microsporangia? Four walls. Microsporangia is pollen grain. No, microsporangia is pollen sac. Pollen grains will be formed inside microsporangia. Okay? Microsporangia are not pollen grains. Pollen grains will be formed inside it. All right? इसका doubt था ये. अलका नेगी. Clear? Microsporangia is not pollen grain. Pollen grain will be formed inside it. So it is a 4-wall structure. At the center, you have microsporangia. And it is nothing. Basically, it contains some tissues, right? There will be tissues present that will give rise to pollen grains, that will give rise to microspores. So basically, we have centrally placed tissues, which will be called as sporogenous tissue. Okay, we'll be studying about it. पढ़ेंगे इसके बारे में. So basically, inside the microsporangia, this is your microsporangia. Right? This is the microsporangia or the pollen sac. Inside it, you have sporogenous tissue. We'll discuss about it later. ठीक है, इसके अंदर क्या present है? A group of cell which is called sporogenous tissue. It will give rise to pollen grains. It will give rise to microspores. ठीक है, यहाँ से microspores बनेंगे. Okay. Now, if we talk about walls. Okay, so it is 4 layers thick, made up of 4 layers. Starting from outside. What are the name of layers that surrounds the microsporangia? Yes, what are the layers that surround the microsporangia? What is the name of outermost layer? सबसे outermost layer कौन सा है? Correct, epidermis. ठीक है, the outermost layer is epidermis, and then you have endothelium. Right, outside we have epidermis, inside it you have endothelium, and then correct, you have middle layer, and finally the innermost layer is tapetum. Okay, so microsporangias are surrounded by 4 walls: epidermis, endothelium, middle layer, and tapetum. Let us label it. This is the outermost wall, which is epidermis. After that, you have endothelium. And see, this middle layer, anything which is inside the endothelium, this complete area, it is covered by middle layer. Okay, because it is not a single, like it is not made up of single layer of cells. It could be 2 to 3 cell thick, right? This layer could be 2 to 3 cell thick. So anything which is present in between, this is your middle layer. And finally, the innermost layer that is surrounding the microsporangia, this blue one, this is tapetum. ठीक है, so these are the 4 walls. ये आपकी 4 walls हैं जो माइक्रोस्पोरेंजिया को कवर कर रही है. सबसे बाहर एपिडर्मिस है, उसके अंदर एंडोथीसियम, देन उसके अंदर मिडल लेयर, और माइक्रोस्पोरेंजिया के सबसे क्लोजेस्ट जो है वो टेपेटम है. ठीक है, नाउ व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट इज देयर फंक्शंस. ठीक है, व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट इज देयर फंक्शन. If you see in your NCERT, it has mentioned that these 3 layers, epidermis, endothelium and middle layer, ठीक है, ये 3 layers, what is the function of these 3 layers? These are meant for protection. ठीक है, these 3 layers are meant for protection. These are protecting the microsporangia. They will protect the growing microspores. So these 3 layers are for the protection and dehiscence of anther. What is dehiscence of anther? That means, see, once microspores are produced, pollen grains are produced, they want to come out of the microsporangia, है ना? यहाँ पे pollen grains बनेंगे and they want to come out of the microsporangia. For that purpose, you need to break these walls, right? For this purpose, you need to break this wall. This is called dehiscence. When you break the walls, pollen grain will come out, right? So these 3 walls are meant for protection, protect कर रहे हैं. And once the anther is mature, जैसे ही anther mature हो जाएगा, they will like they help in dehiscence and the pollen grains will come out, right? And the innermost layer, which is tapetum, what is the function of tapetum? What is the function of tapetum? I'm moving to the next slide. Tapetum का क्या function है? Yes, to provide nourishment, to provide nutrition, right? So it provides nourishment, food to growing pollen. Okay, to growing pollen, it will provide the food. So that is why it is present closest to your what? Closest to microsporangia, so that it can provide the nourishment. Now, any cell that is meant for the nourishment, okay? Any cell that is meant for the nourishment, it has some properties. कोई भी सेल अगर nourishment provide कर रहा है, तो उसकी कुछ properties रहेंगी. And that is, first of all, the cytoplasm. because you want to provide the food, आपको food provide करना है, so you have comparatively denser cytoplasm. आपका जो cytoplasm रहेगा वो थोड़ा सा dense रहेगा, so you have dense cytoplasm. What else? What about nucleus? It has dense cytoplasm and because it has reserved food. Has a prominent nucleus. Okay, so that is how your tapetum cells will look like because yes, prominent nucleus. Poly means what? What is poly? Poly क्या है? Poly क्या है? Have you heard of the term syncytium? Syncytium क्या है? What is the condition syncytium? Related to nucleus. What do we understand by term syncytium related to nucleus? It is multinucleated, right? It has multiple nucleus. This condition is also known as syncytium. Yes, polynucleated, correct. Okay, so it has multiple nucleus and this condition is called syncytium. How do you think we can achieve this multinucleated condition? Anybody? How do you think we can achieve this multinucleated condition? कैसे multinucleated condition achieve कर सकते हैं? How can a cell have multiple nucleus? Anybody? एक सेल के अंदर मल्टीपल न्यूक्लियस कैसे हो सकते हैं? हाउ कैन वी अचीव मल्टी न्यूक्लिएटेड कंडीशन? यू हैव डन दिस इन योर स्टैंडर्ड 11th, राइट? 11th में हमने करा है सेल साइकिल एंड सेल डिवीजन. एक सेल में मल्टी न्यूक्लिएटेड कंडीशन कैसे अचीव कर सकते हैं? हाउ कैन यू अचीव मल्टी न्यूक्लिएटेड कंडीशन इन अ सेल? What happens? See, cell cycle or cell division takes place in two stages. One is karyokinesis. Other is cytokinesis, right? So to have multinucleated condition, that means a single cell will have multiple nucleus. That means karyokinesis is not followed by cytokinesis. ठीक है? बार-बार karyokinesis हुआ, बार-बार nucleus division हुआ, but it is not followed by your cytokinesis, है ना? It is not followed by cytokinesis, right? So there is multiple karyokinesis cycle, multiple nuclear division cycle, which is not followed by cytokinesis, which is not followed by division of cytoplasm. Hence, you have single cell with multiple nucleus. So this is about tapetum, right? But one another thing, see, in NCERT it is mentioned, all three of them, they help in protection and dehiscence, okay? But if you see some questions, okay, there is a question in which they have asked which layer help in dehiscence of anther. Okay, they have asked which layer helped in dehiscence of anther. So if they ask specifically, ठीक है, इनमें से किसी एक layers के बारे में अगर पूछे, so that is endothelium. ठीक है, I'm writing in the next slide. So if you are asked specifically which layer help in dehiscence, then it is endothelium, right? So endothelium, it help in dehiscence. See, basically what happens, it is made up of cellulose fibers, right? It is made up of cellulose fibers. And when your anther matures, okay, when it is the time to open the walls, to break the walls so that pollen grains could come out, what happens? These cellulose fibers, they absorb water. Okay? These cellulose fibers, they absorb water. Once they absorb the water, there will be water stress, right? Once they absorb the water, there will be water stress. due to which this wall breaks. ठीक है, due to which the wall breaks and hence your pollen grains could come out, right? And hence your pollen grains could come out. ठीक है, so क्या होता है, बेसिकली एंडोथीसियम होता है जो डेसेंस में हेल्प करेगा. कैसे? वाई? बिकॉज इट इज मेड अप ऑफ सेल्यूलोज फाइबर्स. ठीक है, एंड वंस योर एंथर इज मेच्योर, ठीक है, जैसे एंथर मेच्योर हो जाता है, once your anther is mature, it will absorb water. ठीक है, it will absorb water which will produce water stress. ठीक है, absorbing a lot of water will produce water stress and it will break. The wall will break and your pollen grains could come out. ठीक है, so if they ask you specifically out of these 4 layers, which one help in dehiscence, then it is endothecium. I hope I am clear with the functions of all the wall of this. ठीक है, बताओ, do you have any doubt? Anything that you have not understood? I hope this is clear. You may note it down. And if you want to ask something, please let me know. No, is it clear? What have you not understood? Tell me. What have you not understood? What should I repeat? I'm showing you all the slides. Let me know if you have any doubt. Okay, so here we have started these 3 events, okay, which will be covering, yeah, all right, okay, which will be covering in the chapter. We are at pre-fertilization, okay, we have seen development of a flower, how hormonal changes take place, how structural changes take place. Now we have started with the stamen, okay. We are looking at the internal structure of stamen, okay. From next class we'll be doing microsporogenesis, okay. From next class we'll be starting microsporogenesis. We'll see how microspores are formed and hence male gamete will be formed. Then there is carpel and female gamete. Okay, this is the next topic. Then we'll see fertilization and then the post-fertilization. Okay. So this is the change which we have seen. And the 4 important parts of your flower. Okay, accessory walls, essential walls and non-essential walls, calyx, corolla, non-essential or accessory, androecium, gynoecium, your reproductive part, hence the accessory wall. Okay, all of them are placed on the thalamus, right? All of them are placed on the thalamus. Then the male reproductive part, stamen, anther and filament. Okay, these are the 2 parts, anther and filament. Filament is just to join your anther to the flower, and anther is the main site where pollen grains will be produced, right? Anther will be the main site where pollen grains will be produced. Okay, this is important. This is the proximal end and that is the distal end. Reason I have told you, because this part is attached to the flower, hence proximal. That part is far away from the flower and hence distal. Again, anther hai. These 3 important terms about anther. It's a typical angiosperm anther, right? It's a bilobed structure. 2 lobes hain. It contains 2 lobes. Then each lobe has 2 theca, hence diathecous. And then each lobe have 2 microsporangia. Total 4 microsporangia, hence tetrasporangiate. And why microsporangia is important? Because it is pollen sac, it will produce pollen grain. Okay? Because it is pollen sac, it will produce pollen grain. It's okay, Pragati. Right? After that, these are the walls. And from the next class, we'll be talking about sporogenous tissue and the microsporogenesis. I hope all of this is clear. If you have any doubts, write in the chat box. Okay? Otherwise, we'll continue from the next class. Thank you, everybody. See you in next class. Good evening. Bye-bye. If you have any doubts, please write in the chat box. Bye. Take care. Thank you.